I think really organizations need to massively focus on practical capability now and not theory. They absolutely need to know about the new the reduced legal risk and the cost associated with that. But we don't want to paralyze managers, right, in becoming really afraid that they're going to do something wrong. So we need to increase their capability. And a lot of that time, a lot of the time that comes down to confidence, the confidence in being able to have these conversations and having them in a constructive way, which doesn't end in them being on the firing line or them being attacked for doing something wrong. So we need to give them structure. And that leads back to what I've just mentioned previously. What does good look like? As a business, really ask yourself, department by department, do we know technically and behaviourally what good looks like? And how does that increase over time as people develop within your business and get promoted, so on and so forth. So make sure you have a framework which helps them determine how to assess performance and what specifically they need to be looking for. Otherwise, you're letting it be kind of up to whichever manager is kind of dealing with the situation. So simple templates such as one-to-ones, performance, how to kind of manage performance concerns and follow-up actions. I would say training for real life conversations. So this is more behavioral training now, I would say. Role play, how to actually give direct feedback early on, how to do that in a motivational way whilst also creating clarity, how to handle difficulty without delay, how to actually take yourself away from other people to give that feedback, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, how to give feedback without being ambiguous, making sure that it lands appropriately. These are the types of training sessions and workshops that I would very much encourage people to focus on now, because I think based on all the conversations, I think everyone on the call would agree that a lot of the time it does come down to confidence. So it's building that confidence. And all this ladders up, right? You build your manager's confidence by ensuring they have the right documentation in place that they can use, the right frameworks in place, and providing with them with that training. So you are, what's the right word? You're reducing the amount of effort it takes for them to manage, right? You're giving them all of the helpful tools to do that. And then ongoing support. So it can't just be a one-off training and then you expect your managers to know how to do all of this straight away. You're going to have new managers coming into your business who may not have had the same level of training. You're going to have people being promoted into management positions. So make sure that you have regular manager forums or clinics where they have access to your HR teams, your people teams, and really make sure that you're building a culture where HR are involved in early stage issues so you can help prevent them from escalating any further, and ground everything in real life examples. I would say I think that's where people learn and take away the most from those situations.